happening and what I've been dealing with, it made me think about what so many of my clients are dealing with when they're going through divorce or some other large family transition, whether it's post dissolution, litigation, or some other problem. I mean, we have to really ask ourselves, how do we handle problems? How do we handle obstacles? How do we handle chaos? I mean, what do we do when life throws its stuff at us, which it's going to do? I mean, stuff just happens all the time. And that's just part of life. I was talking to one of my team members yesterday, and she was like, it seems like you have a lot of things you deal with. And I thought, well, with such a big family and pets, I mean, things happen. Sometimes you end up with a bunch of things, one right after the other. And so I think it's important that we talk about your mindset and how do you handle things. When we think of people going through divorce, I mean, sometimes people don't know they're about to go through a divorce. They might find out their spouse is cheating. They might find out their spouse has been lying to them for, 12 years about whether or not they've paid their taxes. I mean, all kinds of things can come up where it's an all of a sudden thing. And, really it feels like the rug has been pulled out from under you. And I think that one of the things that I historically do, and it's something that has come to be somewhat of a pattern for me, but I've learned in a lot of study around transition, that pattern that I do is part of what make me be able to handle change, be flexible in the face of, adversity. And that is, I mean, for me, I become super quiet and I really try to figure out the worst case scenario. So like if I were to find out that my spouse was cheating, or that, maybe we hadn't paid the right amount in taxes for years, what I would do is I would actually figure out, well, what's going to happen? Like, how am I going to repay that? And what am I going to do to make that better? And I really am going to figure out the very worst case scenario, like what can I do to solve the problem? And how do I strip down everything to the very worst case scenario so that I can get out of the problem? I kind of try it on, the scenario, and I wear it and I get comfortable in it. So once I get my head around that worst case scenario, then I'm able to turn my focus and be like, okay, now how do I thrive through this? What do I really need to do to get to the other side of this in a positive way? And so by enabling myself to really get into what that worst case scenario is and actually figure it out and figure out, well, I could, cut down this expense. I could move if I needed to. I could do this and do that, and really write out a plan of how am I going to get through this. Then anything I figure out that's better than that, or that isn't so, feeling so depriving, is a win. And then I'm able to just build on those wins and go forward. And so I think it is very important when you're thinking about the things that are happening in your life and really figure them out. I mean, get in them and wear them and turn them around like a Rubik's Cube. I mean, that is something that I always say when I'm looking at a problem. You can't look at the problem from one dimension or from one angle. You have to turn it all around. You've got to flip it. You've got to twist it. You've got to change the colors and really be able to see the problem for all its different sides. And then once you're in it and you understand it intimately and you can understand how you can survive through it, then you're able to thrive through it, because then your mind opens up. You have all kinds of different ideas about solutions, creative solutions, out the box ideas that are going to help you be able to solve your problem in a way that you weren't able to see initially. And so sometimes when it feels overwhelming, when life offers you all these opportunities to deal with transition, change, chaos, what on the surface just feels like problems, wear them, try them on, and get through them. And you're going to find that it is these opportunities that allow you to grow stronger, more creative, more resilient. And you're just flexing muscles that you need for the future, because these things are going to keep happening. I don't know a person who leads just a charmed life and nothing ever comes up. That's just not realistic. So I hope you find this helpful. And if you ever want to talk through, problems you're having, and you want to see about other ways to look at it, I'm always happy to connect. And we look forward to helping you. If you do have any family law or estate planning needs, you can always reach out to our law firm. And other than that, I hope you have a wonderful day and a great rest of your week and enjoy March. I mean, this is the last month of the first quarter. I can't even believe we're there. And I hope many of you are getting your vaccines and that you're able to start feeling, like there's a light at the end of the tunnel with this virus and the quarantining. Okay, good luck to you, and I will see you next week. Thanks.